Hello, this is Angela Anderson. Thanks for joining me for this acrylic painting tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to paint a little black dress. It's going to be super simple. I think we're going to spice it up a little bit, add a little flowers to the dress, and you can always add some color too if you want it, a little bit pop of color here and there. And I'll show you how to do it step by step from start to finish. I've got my husband, Mark, with me.
Hey there, everybody.
He's been in chat for our live show, so if you've got questions, you can ask those while I'm painting. Let's get started. Alrighty, so I did a quick little example earlier because I wanted to see kind of what it would look like if I did a little simple rosettes with it. I really kind of liked that look. So we're going to do this closer to our example painting today. This is an 8x10" canvas. You can use whatever size you want. I think it'd be really cool in like a little girl's room if you did it, on a huge canvas. Really fun. You just size up your brushes accordingly if you're using a larger canvas. I'm using an 8x10 Belgian Linen Pro series archival canvas board from Fredrix. They're a canvas sponsor, so thank you to them for providing our canvases. Just a few brushes that we'll need. I think I might, use a number 6 and a number 4 Filbert and a number 1 round from the 6100 Princeton series. And then I've got a 1/4" angle and a couple of smaller round brushes. This is a number 1 round and a 3/0 round in their VelvetTouch line. Princeton is our brush sponsor, so thank you to them. I've got a bunch of new brushes to try out, some really large ones here in their red line series, so I can't wait. I don't know what I'm going to use these for because I always do these smaller canvases, but I'm hoping to that maybe they'll work for some varnishing and some things like that, and I think I might do some larger canvases with my Patreon folks this year. Maybe.
It'll be a really short video if we just use that brush. Done. Thanks for joining us.
That's it. All right, let's go over our colors really quick. It's going to take a long time for this. Carbon black and titanium white. And we've got some acrylic glazing liquid and satin for some of the blending. I'm using the fluid acrylics. You can use heavy body acrylics if you want to. The fluid acrylics just work a little bit better for the dots that we're going to be doing. So craft acrylics would work for this project for sure. So, all right, let's get started here. I'm going to grab my large number 6 Filbert and some white and a little bit of black. And I'm going to do some gray in the background. So I'm just going to use this kind of light gray and fill in the corners. It's going to go on really fast because this color is very fluid, like I said. So it spreads really nicely onto the canvas. If you wanted to, you could spray. In fact, I think I will just spray it one time to get a little bit of water down on my canvas to make the paint flow even better. And I'm just going to use this brush to kind of spread this paint around, leaving some kind of dabby brush strokes. And I'm going to grab some of that white and mix it back in. And around the dress, I'm going to kind of go a little bit lighter so the corners will be a little bit darker. And then I really probably could have used a little bit bigger brush. This is going to take a while. Just a little one.
If you just had a really big red-handled brush somewhere. Oh.
I know.
Have you chosen that to be Grandpa Gray hair color?
Yes. This is in honor of your Grandpa Gray hair. We're glad to be back. We were supposed to be back Saturday, but we had a little emergency baby situation. We've been on baby watch for all of our Christmas break, so he decided to come on Friday.
Last Friday.
It was awesome. Adorable. And I was sick, so I didn't get to hold him until we left. It was a rough weekend for me. Just sitting in the corner watching everybody get to hold that baby.
Yeah, but you did.
Yeah.
And then you taught the rest of us how it's done.
How to swaddle.
Yeah.
On the last day before we left.
But we do appreciate everybody's understanding for the last minute program change and jumping in here with us this evening. First show of 2019.
I know. It's exciting. I thought this would be a kind of a fun project for like, you know, a little black dress, New Year's party, whatever. I don't know. I kind of thought it would be kind of fun. It's been a while since I've done kind of a girly project, so.
Well, we could do it for Christmas. I mean, we still got the decorations up, so we might as well.
No joke.
No joke.
Oh, those Christmas decorations are going to be up for a while. Mark got sick, then I got sick, so we spent our whole vacation passing germs around. That's all right. I'm going to grab some of the black now that I've got this down. And this is still very wet, so I can kind of go in here and... Ooh, that's really dark. I'm just going to add a little bit to my corners. And then wipe that off. And this is wet around here still, so I can go back in. I could do this if this background was dry too. And if your background is getting sticky, you can tell, you know, pretty easily. You know, the paint won't blend. It'll just kind of smudge and stick, and it's pretty obvious when it's starting to dry. So just pay attention to that. If it's starting to dry, just let it dry completely. And then you can go back in here and do this again over the top of the dry paint. You just may want to add a little bit of this black or this gray, you know, and work it back in if you want to. It's not too hard. Let's add a little bit of it down here. Oh, my thing just keeps sliding down. There we go. Put some of this dark color down here.
So maybe for our show Saturday, we can just stream us live taking down the Christmas decorations.
There we go. I think that would be a good use of our time, actually.
Kill two birds with one stone.
Sure, that'd be infinitely exciting for everybody. Oh, goodness. I'm all for that, actually. I was just thinking that I wonder how long it's going to be before that all comes down.
Yeah, before it's fully down.
Yeah, before it's fully down. All right, I'm going to let you take this, honey, really quick and dry this. And I think our stick man is going to get a black dress. So don't look. Don't look. Don't come in here, okay? He's going to get... This is our mascot, Mark Drew Stickman, as a joke, and he's kind of become a thing for the channel. So we try to remember to add something to him, or her in this case, for each show. There we go. I don't know where his shoulders are, so we'll put some little gray bits in there. It's a strapless. There we go. Well, he got a bell, he got his little red truck, he got his deer antlers from the deer tutorial. I can't remember what else we did before Christmas, but I think that we hit most of those. So anyhow, and I was going to say, if you want to add a color, you would really just you could use a white and then use whatever color you want instead of black for this. So you would do it the same way. You would just, instead of using the black, you could use a color. You could use more than one color, obviously. But, sorry, I'm going to use this time to wash my thing off. I think I stuck my hand in it. I must have. Here comes Mark. I can hear him. Okay.
This upper edge is still a little...
That's fine. I'm not going to be touching that. Yeah. Thank you, hon. Okay, so I'm going to use a, actually I think I'm going to use chalk because it's pretty simple silhouette. It'll be a little bit easier to erase than our pencil there. But if you're using a pencil, just use like a watercolor pencil or a water-soluble pencil so that you can erase it easily. Okay, so I think I want this area here to be the bottom of the dress. So kind of right in here, you're going to draw kind of this curved line and go out as far as you want. I'm going to leave a little bit of a border here, so I'm going to end right about there. It kind of curves out like this, around this way. Don't press down too hard with your chalk because your paint is still curing, so it'll take a while for it to be fully cured. Okay, so this is going to be my bodice area. I'm going to have my little hook right up there, I think. Yeah, that'll work. Right there. And then there's just little straps here and here. So here's our little heart shape for the bodice. Curves that way. And then curves in like that. Can you see this? I don't know. I feel like it's not showing up very good. Should I use a... Let me use a... Okay. Okay. So it's this shape there, this shape here, and I'm trying to center it, obviously. And it's going to curve in and then just out towards the edges of our canvas. And I think that's about right. I may widen it just a little bit, but that looks pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and use this 1/4 inch angle brush here. Grab some of the black and we'll fill in the bodice.
So did you say hi to everybody while we were?
I did. I said hi.
Good.
A little bit, I think, but you can say it again.
I just did.
I was explaining Stickman mostly.
Okay. It does need some explanation once in a while. People are like, what the heck? I thought this was a professional joint.
Well, just for the new folks, you know. Those have been with us for a while. They already know all about Stickman. Just realized I need to bring that in just a little bit right there. There we go. Just filling in. Carefully. You can use whatever brush works for you best. So if you have a brush that you really like working with, just use that, whatever brush that is. It doesn't have to be this angle brush that I'm using. I'm trying to get these symmetrical. I think I kind of, let's look at it upside down. You can see a little bit better sometimes when you look at it upside down. There we go.
So I just remember to give the thumbs up. Hopefully everybody else did.
To the video?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's like, oh yeah, I need to give it a thumbs up.
Please do. That would be awesome. That just lets YouTube know that you enjoy our videos and want to see more of them. So we'll get suggested more often in your feed.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to curve this up a little bit in right here. Give her a little cleavage. As Mark called it.
We don't need to go there.
When we first I don't know why you were even saying anything about cleavage when we were first dating, but...
Let's see, I was, 17, 18 years old? I have no idea.
Sorry, I outed you there, honey. Couldn't resist.
That's okay. The truth hurts.
That was when I was like, well, he may not be too bright, but he is pretty, so I think I'll keep him anyways.
I got some work to do here.
All right, so I'm mimicking this line of this bottom of the dress, and I'm coming down just, I don't know, about halfway or so. Might come a little bit farther. This is just kind of the underskirt slip or whatever, kind of part of it. And it's going to be showing just a little bit underneath the overskirt. And I'm just letting the edge be kind of raggedy there. You can kind of see what I've done, hopefully. Clean that out, and I'm going to pick up my... Oh, look at you using your fancy
zooming.
remote
Yeah,
control.
I'm dusting the cobwebs off of here. I'm remembering I can do stuff.
Nice.
You can tell we've been off for a few weeks. We're trying to get our footing back underneath us.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Grabbing, and that's why I painted it ahead of time, because I was like, it's been 2 weeks since I painted anything. Probably ought to practice just a little bit before we try painting this live. All right, so I'm grabbing a bunch of this glazing liquid. If you don't have glazing liquid, just use water. This will just give us a little bit of extra working time. It'll make the paint a little bit more transparent on our canvas. So add a little bit of black and white. We're going just a little, we'll see how this does. Yeah, maybe a little bit darker. You just want it just slightly dark. That's perfect. This first layer doesn't have to be super bright. We're just going to go up over the top of our black layer. I'm just going from the bottom edge, and I'm going to work all the way. And you can see how I'm kind of flicking it, and that way this top edge is going to be kind of broken up. It won't be a solid line. If you want the bottom to be kind of soft too, you can do it both ways. You can kind of start in the middle and just flick it both sides, so that the bottom is more of a softer line. This is just going to curve up a little bit. I feel like I'm going out a little too far right there. There we go. Okay, so there's our kind of soft outline first, and so we're just going to grab a little bit more black now. Do it again. And I still have the glazing liquid, so now we're going a little bit darker. And we'll just put a few like streaks that are thicker, leave a little space, and then do another set of streaks. Leave a space. I'm trying to create that sort of pleated, flowy look on our dress. Now let's grab some white and some of our glazing liquid. And we're going to go in some of these lighter areas, and we're going to bring in some darker pleats. Oh, up into the black over the top. So I'm just kind of carefully picking a few spots.
Oh, we got a question.
Uh-huh.
They'd like to know, how do you get your streaks so thin?
Well, I am using the side of my brush for this part. So I'm instead of using the flat edge this way, I'm turning it on its side. So it'll do smaller, thinner lines.
Maybe I should have side cam set up.
See? And because I'm not, if you pull and then lift, you're going to get a thicker edge right here than if you set it down and just kind of flick it towards where you want it to go. It's going to naturally thin out. And if you keep it on that edge, it'll do. Now, if I had it this way, I'm going to get a thicker line, which is what I did at the bottom when I did the first part of the skirt. I kind of just did like this. But now that I'm doing the thinner lines, I'm holding it on its corner and I'm running it this way. But it's going to naturally kind of thin out as it gets towards the middle of the skirt for you. And I just rotate it so that I'm, when I'm over here, I'm kind of pointing it. I always want the flat edge to be pointing toward the middle of the dress. So it's going to be turning as I go around here. But it's pretty easy, actually. And that's why I, called it a beginner project. I really think that even kids could do this. I would definitely consider this a project that I would do with kids. So, set that so that those pages don't stick together.
But maybe not husbands.
Oh, you can try it. You want to try it?
No, that's okay. I know my limits.
Okay. Trying to see. I think you could probably do this with a flat brush too, if you wanted to have a little bit sharper edges to the skirt, like more folded edges. You could use a flat brush here instead of this rounded Filbert. This is giving it a little bit softer pleats. I'm going to go ahead and add a few more dark lines here, just a few. And this is starting to dry, so I have to be kind of careful where I'm doing this because I don't want it to lift anything off anywhere.
Man, you're doing pretty good.
Thanks.
You didn't forget how to paint, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think.
We should be okay this year.
Mark came home and was like, when can I retire?
In case anybody at my day job is listening, no, I didn't.
Sorry.
I did not.
Oops. It's been one of those days. We all have those days.
And your mom is calling, so.
My mom is calling?
Yeah, I'll be right back. She's calling me.
That's funny. Okay. I am going to use my large. Now, if you don't have this, you can just use the back end of a brush. Works just as well. Just make sure that it's like a rounded one. And I'm going to start dipping in, creating some dots. And just dab, dab, dab. The more you do it, the smaller they get. So, just keep that in mind when you start. The first few are going to be larger, and then as you do them, they're going to get a little smaller, smaller and smaller. Just do a few black ones to start. And then we'll do our white ones. Those would be the main ones that we do. The black ones go right along that edge, outer edge. Everything okay?
Yes.
Okay.
everything's okay.
No emergencies.
Well, unless you consider too salty of a chili an emergency.
Love it.
So,
Just calling to find out how to fix that.
yeah, actually, it was your dad calling on your mom's phone. So I was all kinds of confused.
Hi, Dad. That's awesome. I obviously forgot what day it is. All right, going in with the white dots now. This is super fun. And like I said, you could totally do colors here. You could do multicolored skirts. I think it'd be really fun. Is anybody watching with us tonight? Did they remember that we were coming back?
A few people.
We got a few? Okay.
We got 340 right now.
Nice.
All the unusual suspects were in.
Very good.
Joined us early, and we got several first-time live watchers.
Awesome.
And in fact, somebody had asked about Patreon.
Okay.
Even before the show started.
Oh.
So I told them that we would explain a little bit more during the show.
Yes, we are. We are on Patreon. It's a way to kind of get some bonus content if you like what we're doing and want to see more. We do once a month a bonus video that's usually a very detailed. There's our cat trying to get in. Cashmere. She missed us while we were gone. She's been very clingy today, following me around and. So yeah, we do bonus content. I have traceables available for $1 a month. For $5 is the bonus video that we do once a month. And then for $10, I just posted on Patreon. So if you go to patreon.com/AngelaFineArt, you'll see the first post on there today is a few. Go ahead and let her in. She's going to keep doing that. Until,
Okay. Yep.
is a video, is a view. Sorry, can't talk now. The very first post on Patreon is at the top of the page right now today is the picture of all of the videos that we've done in my Art Taking Flight Facebook group. So for the $10 level, there's a special Facebook group, and I do a Thursday art chat in there, and those are on Facebook Live. And I paint something all month long in those chats. It takes usually at least 3 or 4 weeks to finish whatever it is we're working on. And those are usually at least like the bonus videos that we do once a month for the $5 level. Those take usually 2.5, 3, sometimes 4 hours-ish or close. But the Facebook group challenge images that we do usually take a little bit longer. So they're usually like 4 to 5 hour videos or more over several weeks. So it's not one setting. We just kind of hang out on Thursdays and I paint, and it's a lot of fun in there. So
Okay, so to recap, $1 a month gets you access to the traceables, which is after the show is over, Angela will trace over the painting that she just did and post
digitally.
those digitally, right? And those will be available for all paintings going back to February 2017.
Yes.
As many downloads as you want. So it's not just $1 each, it's $1 and you have access to all of it.
Right.
$5 is that, plus access to the bonus videos, like she said, once a month. And it's also accessing all of the bonus videos that she's done through Patreon.
Right.
So you can access there.
Old ones and new.
Mm-hmm. And then $10 is that, plus the access to the Facebook group, where, again, like she said, you have access to all of the tutorials she's done on there, too.
Right.
It's just a way to say thanks and help out. And I'm going to get the $1 million level set up this year. I know I am. Bill will just not leave me alone about this.
He wants it. He wants it.
Yes.
$1 million. What does that get you?
I'll do a special limited edition Stickman and Twig Baby.
And send it to them. Sand Twin Baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, zoom on in here on the skirt. Here, I'm starting to do these roses. I want to just show how they're done. All right. So it's super easy. I'm going to go with a little bit smaller tip on here. And I'll go ahead and do the white now. Set it down and just run it in a circle. And if it's too thick of paint, it may not kind of show the detail right at first. But you can let it kind of set for a little bit and dry, and then wipe the tip of this off clean, and then kind of come back in and run it through, and it'll lift off some of the paint for you. You just kind of want a little bit of the paint to lift, and I think this would be pretty if you did pink or, other colors in here for sure. Be really pretty. And I'm only kind of doing the roses down toward the bottom of the skirt. I'm not going very high with them. So kind of keeping them down low. And you can totally leave them out if you just like this dots, you can leave that look too. So you don't have to do the rosettes. Really, this is super personalizable. You can do as much or as little as you want with this detail-wise. These are just kind of fun.
So somebody suggested that maybe metallic paints might look cool for the roses.
Yeah, metallics would be really cool. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. That's a good idea. We should go grab some of those metallics down and try them.
And somebody suggested like mini tanks might be nice too.
Tank dress? Seriously?
Yeah, it's a real thing. Sure.
Okay. I don't care what you say. I'm going to have to paint you tank this year. 'Cause I'm tired of hearing about it.
You did try last year.
I did.
But then
It's
somebody
our
else
30th
painted.
anniversary, and I was like, I'm going to paint him a tank.
Yep.
And Mark was like, no, then I won't have anything to complain about.
Oh, yeah, Sue said it could be a tank top.
That's cute.
Yeah, right out of the gates. It's going to be a good year, baby.
I love it. That was good.
And those who are just joining in new, if you click the show more, or there might be a little arrow pointing down below the video, it opens up a list of all of the paints that Angela's using.
Yes.
And also links to the Amazon stores.
Paints and materials.
Right.
Brushes, everything.
Brushes, the brush guys. We really appreciate the support through the brush guys. You guys get great brushes at great deals and in really quick time.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps support the channel also.
And they sent us a goodie box, so we're happy about that. They sent us some yummy food this year.
Cookies. Candy.
I know, it was awesome. For Christmas. But they're a good company to work with. We've been with them for at least, it's been over 2 years now, I think.
Yep.
So definitely happy. No complaints. And there's a whole list of recommended brushes up there. I'll definitely be adding some new ones every year. I kind of update my list. So I'll be updating my list here soon and kind of adding some of the newer brushes, probably that red line brush and some different ones that I've gonna be using this year. Most of them will be the same as last year though, but they're just every now and then I'll add one or two new ones. So I'm adding a few more of the VelvetTouch line because I really liked some of them. So just adding a few. All right, so now let's add a little bit more of our black dots since we kind of started out with a few of those, but just to kind of set some boundaries. This is loud. Dot, dot, dot. Yeah, it's very...
Pretty good. So somebody had asked in one of the last videos last year that if you talk, like if you're just painting without doing a video, if you talk like you do during the video, and I said, well, no, she usually is listening to music or something like that. So
yes, I am.
right now we don't have any deals with any company, so we can't play music.
I know. I would totally be listening to music and loudly.
So yeah, set the mood and atmosphere for yourself at the house however you want to, so that painting can be as fun as possible.
Yes, for sure.
That's what this is all about. Get yourself some Cab Red and go at it.
I don't know about that, but...
Okay, maybe not.
All right, we're almost done with this part. It's pretty easy. You can see. And then we can add a little swirlies with the black too if you want a few of the bigger swirlies in the black skirt. Swirly rosettes. I know. Very girly dress.
Frank suggested that with all the spots, we could be sponsored by Spotify.
I like it. Yeah, Spotify. That would be very appropriate, actually.
Give us a call. We'll work out a deal.
I know it. Okay, so let's work on the bodice a little bit. And I'm going to try not to put my hand in this wet paint down here. So we'll see how that goes. You know how I do. I'm going to pick out a couple little spots for my little rosettes. I'm going to do these a little smaller up here. So definitely using the smaller tipped brush. And maybe cluster. There we go.
So what do we have planned for Saturday?
Saturday we're doing a red rose. It's going to be really pretty. I'm really excited about it.
Is this another in the Big Flower series?
Yes, it is.
Oh, boy.
Yep. Doing a red, deep red rose. It's not like a bright red. It's more of a burgundy red rose. I think it's going to be really fun. Excited about it.
So I need to pack a lunch.
Yes, pack a lunch. You're going to be here for a while.
All right. I'll move the Xbox in here.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, it's pretty. I like it. Very fun. I think I could have probably widened out that skirt a little bit faster there. Kind of, now that I'm looking at it, I could have made it a little floofier out here this way. But now I'm going to let that set for a little bit and let it dry. I'll work on this stuff up here. And then I want to add a little bit darker folds in there, just the very end over the top. But I need to let that dry completely first. So I'm going to go and grab the number 1 round in the VelvetTouch. Grab a little bit of this black and pull it off to the side. Now you could also use a pen at this point. You know, as long as your black ink matches your dress or whatever, color you're using for your dress, you could do this with a pen. This last little bit here. Be a little bit easier to use pen. So we're going to come up with the straps here. And I'm going to round them out. Like that. And add water to your paint, especially if you're not using the fluid acrylics. They're already thin, but anytime you're using a liner brush, you're going to want to add water to your brush so that it flows a little bit easier. Okay, so this comes up right up underneath there, and there, and then it's gonna kind of round out. Oh, I went a little too long there. That's all right. I'm gonna round out this part and then pull it straight across. A little hanger. You could totally leave the hanger off. I think it's not really necessary for this. I don't think you absolutely have to have it if you don't want it. So, but if you're doing this with kids, I would definitely use like a small Sharpie or something like that, or another pen that's...
So real quick to confirm, the Velvet line of brushes is a Princeton line?
Mm-hmm. VelvetTouch, yep.
All right.
I just realized I didn't curve that enough there, so I was trying to get that off before it dries. Curve it out. There we go. Oops, I was off camera there.
That's okay. We might as well get it out of the way right now. If you're new to the channel, get used to it.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Well, we try to get in tight so that you can see what's happening, but that means that sometimes we end up being off camera.
Yep.
We try not to, but it happens. Okay, little curves up there, and then you can really fill this in however you want to. I'm going to do a little circle here at the top, and then coming out on either side, do a couple of curlicues. There. This part is definitely more tricky. So if you're not comfortable with using a liner brush, just, I think that using a pen is perfectly acceptable. We're all about making this fun and accessible. You don't have to have painted for as long as I have to be able to do something like this. There's a lot of other little tricks and tips and ways to get a similar result without having to do it by hand with the brush. I'm going to go about halfway here and split this. About halfway here. It's getting a little thick right there. And I'm not, you can see obviously, I'm not trying to get this perfect. It's not perfectly symmetrical. I'm just kind of trying to get it close, curve it around. So this is kind of going to meet up and curve around like that, and then we'll be done. Okay? Yeah. I feel like I could probably have come out a little bit more with this. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to add another line there. There we go. And then if we want to get like fancy, like we can add a little gray highlight to some of this. Just maybe the top of the hanger.
So it was suggested that maybe you put a nail. Looks like the
Yeah.
hanger's hanging on the wall or something.
Okay. There we go. All right, go and zoom back out there, hun. I'm going to bring this out just a little bit. Just widening that out just a little bit there. Okay, and then I'm going to use this black with the glazing. This is still drying, but it's dry enough to the touch that I can kind of mess with it a little bit. I'm just going to go in here and add some shadows over the top. It'll kind of push some of these flowers back, so you can go over the white ones a little bit. It'll make them look a little bit more realistic, you know, like they're getting a little shadow. You can leave this part out if you don't want to, or if you're happy with what you've already got. Totally up to you. Grab some white and do the same thing with the highlights. Gonna highlight over the top of some of these. Ooh, what happened there?
Whoa. Come on. What is going on over there?
Took my hand. There we go.
Sorry, everybody. You had to see that. Make sure the kids weren't watching.
Massacring the dress there. That's awesome. Oh, goodness. All right, and then just to finish, I'm going to do a few more little dots. And we're going to call that good. This was a fun one. Nice little short, easy lesson to start out the new year. And we'll be back with our more difficult, more detailed painting on Saturday. We'll try to do a little bit of each so we can kind of beginners and more experienced painters. The rose is definitely going to be one of the more detailed paintings that we'll do this year.
A little more advanced.
Absolutely.
And because you try to, through your channel, you have well over 300 videos. You try to give something ranging from beginner, kids level, all the way up to more advanced.
Right.
Showing different techniques and methods and
Yes.
and styles.
Yes.
And we try to do something a little bit for everybody, but for me, it's very important that Angela just paints what she likes. Because for me, it really shows and comes out in the joy. And so hopefully you guys like it too.
Yes, that's the hope. It's like to find something I want to paint and that you guys want to see. That's the magic formula there. Hopefully. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. I just thought it'd be fun. All right, I'm going to put some more of these dots out here, kind of a little wide here on this new part that I put, and on some of this that I highlighted white. Okay, I think we're good. And then, of course, we could splatter it if you want to do that. In fact, I think it might be kind of fun to do a little splatter, so then
I knew it.
we'll have to start out the new year right.
I asked a question in the chat a little while ago. # splatter movement. Okay, Dave, calm down. Here it comes.
It's for you, Dave. Just a few. Probably didn't need them since we have so many splatters on the dress already, but it kind of ties it all in, I think. So.
What? Are you saying there's a time when you don't need splatters?
No.
I didn't think so. That was kind of weird. In fact, I think we should go to the Louvre in Paris and try to put splatters on the Mona Lisa.
Good.
Let's try to do that.
We will get kicked out.
Say, it's not finished. Quickly. It's not finished yet.
Don't even say that. You're going to have the art police after us. That's a real thing.
Oh.
They're already mad at me for using traceables. So already get enough. I'm going to go and do it on the dress too. Yeah, no, I already get enough comments about traceables. So, all right, there we go.
Got their badge from the
I think
box.
that was fun. That kind of added to it, and it kind of pulls it all. It kind of softens the whole thing. I don't know. I just like the splatters. If you're new to the channel, just get used to the splatters. It's going to happen. It happens every week, just about. It's a thing. I'm using my Pigma FB Sakura pen to sign it there. It's waterproof. Be able to varnish it later. So, all right. Ooh, cool.
And Super Chat.
Some Super Chats. Nice.
Yes, we started off with a Super Chat this year. Our first one of 2019
Woo-hoo.
is from Annalie.
Thank you, Annalie.
And she says, you might recognize me as Lee, my Facebook name. I wanted to thank you both so much. I love the time I spend with you. I'm learning a ton and having so much fun.
Aww.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you, Annalie.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we'll leave the disco lights on as long as I possibly can.
We had power go out for a whole day during the Christmas break. And when it comes back on, for some reason, the disco lights turn on in the studio, even if they've been off. When the power comes on, they turn on automatically. So we could see the disco lights coming from underneath the studio. Like the studio's having a party without us.
It's like, what's going on in there? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was going to mention toothpicks too. If you wanted to, you could use toothpicks for your little dots too. So forgot to mention that earlier. Okay, guys, thank you so much. We did it. First painting of 2019.
Congratulations,
done.
honey.
Thank you. Oh, we did it in under an hour too. What?
I know, you kicked booty.
Wow, that never happens.
And a stick man.
And a stick man. I know.
So show everybody who either wasn't in the room when you did it or came in late.
Stickman?
Yes.
Oh, yes, Stickman got a dress. Is that the first you're seeing him? Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks good on him. Oh, I forgot to do the little starburst things. So if you want to do those too, you totally, do feel a little starburst in her dress there.
People are requesting that I add a stick baby or
I know.
Or little twig to
we
the
need
painting.
To do a little twig, yep. Little Liam. He was a doll face. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to leave.
Yep.
That was tough.
And fortunately, we're 6 hours away because my bank account couldn't handle it.
No. Yeah, we went to Walmart.
We went into Walmart to get Lysol and Clorox wipes to make sure everything's clean and sterilized. And somebody went a little nuts, just not naming any names.
With a bassinet and a bunch of sheets, the whole case of diapers. Hey.
Yeah.
You can only get to spa them once,
Yeah.
This is the first. Yeah, a lot of fun. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. And thanks for the well wishes and the sweet notes. That was fun. I was reading those off to my new daughter-in-law, Courtney, when we were at their house, because I posted the pictures of the baby. So if you want to see them, they're on Facebook, on my Facebook page. And all the links to all our social media stuff is down in the description as usual. So click the show more and you can see all of that. And if you paint this, you can share it with me on Facebook and Instagram and tag me. So I'd love to see it. All right, guys. Thanks. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season and are ready to get kick-started on 2019 with us.
Yeah,
So,
use all those art supplies you got for Christmas.
I know it. I know it. We've got a lot of fun stuff planned, so I'm really looking forward to it. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.